Thank you for that live report. Just over 4 years ago, a high school student in Parkland, Florida, opened fire at his school, killing 17 and wounding 17 others. That shooting led to several movements started by students from around the country advocating for stricter gun laws. One of those students, Trevaughn Smith from Springfield. Tonight, he shares with us his thoughts after the deadly school shooting in Texas.
February 14, 2018, Valentine's Day, is a day Trevaughn Smith will never forget. He was a senior at Sabas International Charter School in Springfield when he heard the devastating news. 17 people shot dead, 14 students, 3 educators at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School in Florida. The gunman, a 19-year-old expelled student.
When the Parkland shooting happened, we all felt not only just mobilized in general, but we all had kind of a personal sense of responsibility when it came to making sure that our schools and our learning environments are as safe and as conducive as possible to learning. We did not see, at least at the time, adults and elected officials taking the action that we thought was necessary.
Smith says that's why he, along with hundreds of fellow student activists across the country, felt compelled to speak out about what he calls common sense gun violence laws. Co-founding the Springfield Teens For Action organization Youth Advisory Board, Smith set out organizing protests against gun violence.
If you want something to get done properly, then do it yourself, was our mentality. And, we ended up planning the March for Our Lives rally that happened, as well as other subsequent actions and protests.
Now living in Washington, D.C. and working on his master's degree in public policy, Smith says he's still advocating for gun control that he believes will drastically reduce the chances of another deadly school shooting from ever happening again. But he admits there's still a long way to go.
Ultimately, many, if not all, of the shootings we've seen for the past decade or so, they've all been preventable. The gun violence community has been loud, they've been proud and fighting for the things that they want and need in order to make sure that our schools and our communities are safe. But unfortunately, these elected officials are not taking the necessary action in order to prevent these things.